Peace, peace, peace. Shout out to everybody out there, man. It's your boy Pro Black Politics with a late night stream. I'm up late night. Usually somebody be live fucking off, man. Ain't nobody live, so shit, fuck it, man. I'll go ahead, crank one up. It's been a while. Nothing in particular on my mind. Just the regular shit. You see, I got my screen up. It's kind of some of the shit that I be into, you know. Missed the debate tonight over there at the debate league. I'm gonna jump into that probably. Catch some of that. Did want to talk about some of these dudes, man. This black conservative conspective. Where's the other guy? I think his name's OK Ricky. I fuck with them. They conservative. They're very right leaning. This dude here, the black conservative perspective. Check out some of his shit. He just go overboard. He go overboard. He gets to Conan a little bit. Awesome clips though. Whoever's sending him his clips is up on their shit because he do real good clips and he got honest commentary, but I think he tries to pander way too heavily to the other groups. You know what I'm saying? Like he just do way too much. But yeah, a lot of different debates. This one's crazy. The whole, you know, what is his name? Tucker Carlson had one with well, he been talking about it with a few people, Mike Huckabee, and I think the other one was Ted Cruz. Him and Ted Cruz talking about the Israelites. Crazy. They on them Jews' ass, man. They genuinely on them Jews' ass right now. I can't like this been like that, but I'm kind of separated from the whole thing because I don't really give a fuck what they got going on with them. But where we at now, it really seems as though that shit is it's affecting everybody, man, on a worldwide level. They got a lot of shit going on, and I try not to go into the conspiracy shit because it's like, god damn, they got their hands in a lot of shit. Let me see. I don't know, man. I think the conservative side is winning though. Let me see. This Ilhan Omar suffers devastation. She need to be deported. I'm sorry. I'm on the deport train with her. I'm conservative leaning. I'm a conservative leaning person. I'm not. I don't go as far as like this nigga here or the other nigga, but I can't fuck with what the left got going on at all. They trash. They shit trash. I saw something. I'm gonna have to find that here. Let's check this out. See what they talk about with old Ilhan. It was a few that I had seen. That's actually not one of them. They are not inviting her back. What did she do? Let me see what they got going on. Can y'all see that good? Let me see. I don't even click videos. I just listen to the little thumbnails now. It's a lot easier. War. It's an illegal war. He did. Hold on.
This is an unconstitutional war. It's an illegal war. He didn't go to Congress. He didn't go to the UN. He didn't go before the American people. And that's why at this point, 27% of Americans, only 27% of Americans approve of these actions. And I don't have any confidence that Donald Trump has any sort of plan. Maybe he has concepts of a plan, but he does not have any sort of plan.
Just to mention the other presidents that have gone in without congressional approval are Biden, Obama, Clinton, George H.W. Reagan. Yeah. So I would be more upset that Congress has ceded this power than mad that the president didn't check with Congress.
Well, I'm mad about all of it.
I think we can.
Yeah.
It's just crazy as fuck how hypocritical these people are, man. And That's why it's hard for me to like. I'm conservative leaning, but I don't buy into that shit. You know what I'm saying? I think they probably the most honest out of the parties because they just they get it out the mud. If you can't do that, get the fuck on. That's their politics. The goddamn left is just like they just lie, man. They just lie to your face. You know what I'm saying? Like the boy, even the legislation that they push is veiled in like their primary interest is the immigrants. And I've been meaning to do that, man. But it's so obvious, right? Like you just look at the party, boom. You got the Republicans. They clearly majority white American motherfuckers who it get tricky, but I'm saying they are the majority of the Republicans is what we consider in heritage Americans, right? They white people who family been here for a few hundred years, right? Most of them. The Democrats, on the other hand, you look at the party, shit ton of people. Like they got Asians, they got Filipinos, they got Indian motherfuckers, they got Muslim motherfuckers, they got just a bunch of different motherfuckers, man, that represent the Democratic Party, right? With all these different people comes other groups' interests, man. So you got the right, and they pretty much just focused on America. You can say white America, but it's America in general. The majority of America is white, so yeah, the majority of the policy and a lot of that shit is going to affect them. It's gonna focus on them. They the majority. So the right, like that's their focus, right? They're like, without saying it, this is what the fuck they doing. The left, you got a portion of the left that's focused on LGBTQ shit. You got a portion of the left that's focused on overthrowing the goddamn government now with the socialist shit. Then you got a portion of the left that's for illegal immigrants, right? And that's like 6 different fucking constituents. Some of them, they got the Ethiopians, that's for the Ethiopians. You got the Filipino motherfuckers, that's for the Filipino motherfuckers. And even some of them white motherfuckers that's coming over here in the parties, they like their focus is on making it easier and better for immigrants from other countries to come over here and shit, right? The Chinese motherfucker, all of them, like they all got their own agenda. The Democrats' agenda is fractured, right? So they all going in different directions. Like even the women, like you got some of them that's just real. They just focused on women. Like they don't really give a fuck what happened to everybody else. Women's rights is their only thing. The illegal immigrants, they just focus on the illegal immigrants, and that's their thing, right? The Republicans are just focused on America, right, as a whole in general, and that's where I think the focus should be. So that's why I'm more conservative leaning. I'm not a fucking conservative. It's a bunch of bullshit on like again both ways, but god damn, man. And then you got Israel. They seem like they just they got strings attached to everybody back. You know what I mean? It's just so fucked. I've been seeing so much fucked up shit about the goddamn Israeli Jewish motherfuckers. I gotta listen to this shit. Let me find this clip. I gotta find the clip real quick. Let me find a motherfucking clip. Cause what was it? Like this shit is crazy. That's why, man, I just did a stream talking about how crazy, human beings is. I ain't even upload that yet, but just the whole religious thing with the Jews and the Muslims and the Christians. But again, the Jews supposed to be the chosen people of God, but this shit just let me see if I can find this. I just might be in my history. Boy. See if I can find it.
Hasidic Jew.
The state attorney.
Where is it? See if I can find it. They all over the place. Where is it? I just found it, like Black Family. Damn, no, I can't find it.
Andre Donald.
He just
Where
Local
is
school
it?
district facing.
I'm gonna find it. I'm dedicated now. I might have to check my other. That's her right there.
In the school system, and we've definitely seen a lot of things, especially since our school board was majority. In the school system, and we've definitely seen a lot of things, especially since our school board was majority private school owners, you know, mainly Jewish white men, and most of our school was not Jewish, and they had control over our public school system over like the past 10 years, purposely voting no on our school budget vote so that way we would fail, and we lost about 3-2 schools.
Basically, through block voting, Orthodox Jews won enough seats to control the East Ramapo School Board and went on to eliminate hundreds of public school positions like teachers and social workers, while approving millions of taxpayer dollars to be spent on their children's religious private schools, ultimately gutting the public school system for the estimated 9,000 black and brown public school students, while diverting that money to their private religious schools.
They give us food that's rotten and it's cold and it hurts our stomach.
I ask you, do not take our music program away. I love playing an instrument. My brother would be crushed.
And the budget cuts were so devastating that in one instance, an elementary school shut down, and the majority Jewish school board then voted to sell it to a Jewish yeshiva for pennies on the dollar. Basically, the poorest, most vulnerable kids in these communities had their schools gutted and looted, all by a majority Jewish school board whose kids didn't even attend public school.
My education, it was decent, but it definitely could have been better if we had the resources that we were allowed to have. But again, for the past 10, 15 years, so people have been purposely voting no on our school budget vote, so that way we had no funding and money for our school. And, you know, that was done purposely.
And who was voting no?
Majority, the Jewish community. You'll literally see signs saying vote no for a school budget, which I think is crazy. Luckily, we were able to get a ward system to be able to get 3 seats for, you know, the wards. But if it wasn't for that, we still would be majority white Jewish men voting for public school students that they don't care about. Yeah, and they purposely go out their way to isolate us. They're basically isolated to the point where we feel like this isn't our home.
There's truths and lies to that, but I could only tell you that I've only seen the bad part. The bad part is I've seen houses get broken down. I've seen certain spaces, buildings get destroyed for, let's just say, for more kosher customs.
So people have been purposely voting no on our school budget vote, so that way we
And went on to eliminate
in the school system, and we've definitely seen a lot of things, especially since our school board was
and went on to eliminate hundreds of Jews won enough seats to control the East Ramapo
It's the right one. I had to find that. I had to find that. We looking for right. Okay. I just needed to verify that. This school district's harm zone, kids, Rockland's East Ramapo Central District is falling apart and needs intervention. Is this the right one? Yeah, this the one. For more than 7 years, 10,000 public school students, almost entirely children of color in East Ramapo Central School District of just 40 miles north of New York City, of New York Civil Liberties Union recently broke New York City have lead in their schools water fountain. Lead in the water fountains. My organization, this, broke the news in a letter state official co-signed by 24 other groups calling the state intervention. The story is bigger. School district leaders haven't simply failed to fix the water problem. They failed every part of the school system, echoing the environment racism of 2014 water crisis in Flint, Michigan. Contamination and inaction in East Ramapo have been the result of malfeasance and mismanagement. Not long ago, East Ramapo boasted some of the state's best public schools. In 2005, the area's ultra-Orthodox Jewish majority, whose children almost entirely attended private yeshivas, organized and won control of the school board. In 2009, the new board began gutting the public schools whose students are 95% Black and Latinx. The board eliminated hundreds of public school positions, including teachers, social workers, and more, while authorizing eye-popping millions of taxpayer funds to the district's private religious schools, including door-to-door gender-segregated busing for students. Wow. The board slashed funding for public schools. Public school buildings fell apart and facilities were sold off to private schools for bargain prices. That is, students now routinely report rotten food, non-functional bathrooms, buses that don't arrive, and more. The impact on student outcome has been calamitous. By 2021, East Ramapo school dropout rate of 20% was more than 3 times greater than any other 7 school districts in Rockland County. Nearly 41% of students were chronically absent, more than half of whom are English language learners. In 2020, as many as 29% of Latinx students dropped out, compared to a statewide average of 8%. Damn. Among the ongoing obstacles to fixing the district's problem is the district's religious school voters consistently reject public school budgets. After the past 15 years, school budget tax increase have failed 11 times in East Ramapo. This is some wild shit. And fatter, time for to take bold meaning. So, okay, all that, right? All that is being done by the chosen people of God, right? They are, oh my God. Let's see, let's read this. Let's do this again. Let's do this again. Let's do this one more time.
In the school system, and we've definitely seen a lot of things, especially since our school board was majority private school owners, mainly Jewish white men, and most of our school was not Jewish, and they had control over our public school system over like the past 10 years, purposely voting no on our school budget vote so that way we would fail, and we lost about 3-2 schools.
Basically, through block voting, Orthodox Jews won enough seats to control the East Ramapo School Board and went on to eliminate hundreds of public school positions like teachers and social workers, while approving millions of taxpayer dollars to be spent on their children's religious private schools, ultimately gutting the public school system for the estimated 9,000 Black and brown public school students, while diverting that money to their private religious schools.
They give us food that's rotten and it's cold and it hurts our stomach.
I ask you, do not take our music program away. I love playing an instrument. My brother would be crushed.
And the budget cuts were so devastating that in one instance, an elementary school shut down, and the majority Jewish school board then voted to sell it to a Jewish yeshiva for pennies on the dollar. Basically, the poorest, most vulnerable kids in these communities had their schools gutted and looted, all by a majority Jewish school board whose kids didn't even attend public school.
My education, it was decent, but it definitely could have been better if we had the resources that we were allowed to have. But again, for the past 10, 15 years or so, people have been purposely voting no on our school budget vote, so that way.
Okay, all that to say, that's the chosen people of God, right? God damn. Whew. But see, even shit like that, right? You can't, like, at a point, god damn. Like, how if that's not some orchestrated shit, right? Nigga. So okay, several takeaways. One, that voter block shit is really, really important, right? Making sure that you got the right people sitting on them councils, that them people look like you, that them people are from where you from and they care about the same shit that you care about is really fucking important, right? That's one reason why black people are fucked up. We don't take the voting shit seriously enough. Like, it could be a group of anybody can move into most towns to get those seats and just vote to do whatever fuck they want with the money. So that's one. Like, the voting shit, we definitely got to get in there on a local level and be way, way, way more vocal and impactful, man. That shit is crazy, right? Two, them Jewish motherfuckers is diabolical. Right, you can't like they get a lot of pushback, right? A lot of criticism, I should say, as far as practices, right? They behind a lot of shit. They are responsible for a lot of shit. Just the bad shit, right? Just seen something the other day. It's like they say they had like 10,000 Jewish motherfuckers that fought for the Confederacy. Go figure, right? Chosen people of God fighting to keep slaves. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Seen another clip that I got in my video I did. Jewish rabbi saying, like, he was talking about Christians specifically, and he said, the Christian people, you got it all wrong. He's talking to my Christian friends, you got it all wrong. You're worshiping one Jew. That's wrong. That's a mistake. You should be worshiping every single one of us. Every single Jewish person you should be worshiping, because they are sacrificing and they are dying for us. I should pull the fucking clip. I ain't even gonna do it. You can find it. It's out there. So the Jews that stole these people money, basically, redirected it to themselves, private busing and private schooling, and what's being taught in these Jewish schools is the same thing. Like, they're being taught that other people should worship them because they're the chosen people of God. This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy, man. That's enough on that crazy shit, right? That's enough about that crazy shit. Right. So we can get out of there. Let's go back to the main shit. Is my mic on? Can y'all fucking hear me, man? God damn it. This shit is crazy. World War III and the Crusades. We are fuck. That was the name of my last video. I didn't change my scroll at the bottom. But what I just talked about, that's what's leading up to it. Got a whole nother video for that. We'll go check out who lost.
You just mentioned that the president is going to attend the dignified transfer for these families. Given what Secretary Hegseth said this morning, is it the position of this administration that the press should not prominently cover the deaths of U.S. service members?
No, it's the position of this administration that the press in this room and the press across the country should accurately report on the success of Operation Epic Fury and the damage it is doing to the rogue Iranian regime that has threatened the lives of every single American in this room. If the Iranian regime had their choice, they would kill every single person in this room. And so we can all be very grateful that we have an administration and that we have men and women in our armed forces who are willing to sacrifice their own lives for the rest of us in this room and for every American across the country and for every troop that is based in the Middle East. That's what these...
Secretary Hegseth was complaining that it was front page news about these 6 service members who were killed.
That's not what the Secretary said, Caitlin, and that's not what the Secretary meant, and you know it. You know you are being disingenuous. There is not... We've never had a Secretary of Defense who cares more.
Drones get through or tragic things happen. It's front page news. I get it. The press only wants to make the president look bad. Yeah, as you know, we cover the deaths of U.S. service members under every president.
The press does only want to make the president look bad. That's a fact. Especially you. No, listen to me. Especially you and especially CNN. And the Secretary of Defense cares deeply about our war fighters and our men and women in uniform. He travels all across this country to meet with them, to connect with them, and your network has hardly ever probably reported on that. You also had the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Chairman Kane, who's a brave patriot, standing alongside the Secretary at the Pentagon this morning, again expressing his condolences to these families. And I just told you that the President of the United States will be attending their dignified transfer. So please,
that's not making the president look bad. That's showcasing that.
We expect you to cover that as you should. We expect you to cover that as you should, Caitlin. But you and your network know that you take every single thing this administration says and tries to use it to make the president look bad. That is an objectable fact.
I don't think covering troop deaths is trying to make the president look bad.
If you're trying to argue right now that CNN's overwhelming coverage is not negative of President Donald Trump, I think the American people would tend to agree, and your ratings would tend to disagree with that as well.
Boy. So we gotta talk about what yet again. So
if you have an old junky air conditioning or heating system like
what yet again is another embarrassing defeat, okay? This time, courtesy of John Fetterman, who backstabbed Democrats in order to vote to not take away the president's ability to continue his military operation in Iran, okay? Because that is what Democrats were trying to do today, right? And we're going to talk about that. But first, I want to play a clip of John Fetterman on...
This is my guy. You can see the channel name, Black Conservative Perspective. Good clips, man. He got great fucking clips, man. He got great clips. Again, I think he honest. Way too motherfucking conservative leaning. Like it's real coonish. Really, really coonish. So I like him, but I don't really. He too fucking far right. Right, it's like once you get to where he at, you done bought in, you done drunk the motherfucking Kool-Aid, and you like at a point with that shit, you are a negative to the black community, right? I do like his content, right? Not necessarily his perspective, but again, the clips that he put together, he do great. He do good job with the clips and shit. But I'm gonna see what this one about. I haven't seen this one. I was just clicking on some shit because it's late as fuck and ain't nobody live. Nobody's fucking live. Supposed to be doing some other shit, but I'm like, fuck it, why not? Why not? You know what I mean? Really want to get into some crypto shit. There was some shit going on with the Clarity Act that they talk about. And that's really, that's my main thing with the community. What the fuck we need to make the media thing a little more. Niggas just go live about the dumbest shit like me. I'm just right now I'm just talking about crazy shit. Shit's kind of relevant, but like a lot of the anyway, we're gonna watch the clip, but we need to get onto that, man. We got to get onto that, man. This media thing is real powerful.
BS now. Basically explaining why he supports the president and his actions. And I want you guys to pay attention to the BS Now anchor as she slowly dies inside after realizing that John Fetterman is betraying the Democrat Party, right? He's not repeating the Democrat Party talking points that they usually get on that network. Take a look.
Yeah, I think you're right. Listen, Iran has been a bad actor for many years now. Again, nobody likes Iran. The region doesn't like Iran. The people don't like the leaders. I'm talking about the leaders. The leaders in Iran, they're not good people. No one likes them. Yes.
Yeah, and it's good that they're dead now.
But the question is, what comes now? And are we fueling an operation that has a clear strategy, one that will work? The president said yesterday that he's not quite sure what will happen. The worst case scenario is that somebody worse takes over.
Yeah,
are you confident this administration knows what they're doing and they're not going to make it worse than it already is?
No, what I'm saying, what I am confident in, that the world is better, that Iran can now not acquire a nuclear bomb. And I am confident knowing that the world's better than having that garbage erased as that happened. And now ask all the people that are going to be on here from my colleagues here saying, were you serious? Should you really want to make sure that region more safe and more security, and now really want to stop Iran from acquiring a nuclear bomb? Why can't you just say that's a good thing right now? And that's part of being honest. And I know probably the most toxic thing you can do as a Democrat is to agree with the president about anything at this point. And now, so just I think people in the base, the people in Pennsylvania and the country, I would say, hey, as a committed Democrat, I can say I think this is a good thing. And now where we are now, I'm proud to stand with Israel. And now you have people like Governor Newsom now is going to criticize or describe Israel as an apartheid state. And now for these things, I disagree strongly. I'm a pro-Israel Democrat, and it's unfortunate that's becoming more and more unfortunate as a Democrat. And now in this situation, I think it's a good thing. Now Iran will never acquire a nuclear bomb, and some of the worst people that ever lived just got wrecked. I think that's good too, and I'll be honest to the people. Thank you for having me on. So I'd rather be honest about the circumstances rather than just claim that this is wrong and things are on the world on.
I want to really see something that said.
Hi, this is Lynn with.
It's another one of my dudes, man. He not as like, he don't really do the coon shit, but he done bought on to he MAGA. He 100% MAGA. Hey. He got the hardest intro anybody got on YouTube.
We will make America proud again. When you try to we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make
his intro hype.
move on Taiwan, right? There's a military that China wanted to move cold on. It now will make America great again. It now means we have a chokehold on the strait. Look, assume that China wanted to move on Taiwan, right? There's a military response, but now.
Okay, Ricky is the YouTube. I fuck with him too.
oil from the Persian Gulf through the Strait of Hormuz. We can do it. It might have been a little bit dicey had we not taken out the Iranians. That's roughly half of their oil. 40 to 50% of their oil is now suddenly not available to them. So those are enormous methodologies. And look at what happens in terms of military technology, Jesse. China provided their most advanced air defense capabilities to Iran. We completely destroyed them. They didn't shoot down one American or Israeli plane. This is reminiscent of 1982 when the Israelis flying F-15s went up against the Syrians flying MiGs, and the Israelis beat them 81 aircraft to 0. What happened after that? They couldn't give the MiGs away. So China now has the problem that their military technology is not recognized as being up to par to the United States. That's going to have huge implications with a whole host of other countries.
Right, so they lose a bunch of customers and they lose face. Now that the United States, if this mission is successful, now we have no idea how this is going to play out. We're praying it works out. If it's successful, what kind of position does that put the United States of America with Venezuela and now Iran more in our orbit?
Well, it means that a lot of countries in the developing world that might have been flirting with China don't want to flirt with them anymore because they realize that, A, China can sign all the quote-unquote strategic partnerships they want, but they're not going to do anything about it if their allies get in trouble. I mean, all China's done is send some scolding messages. They haven't done a single thing to stand up for their allies. Second of all, they understand that you know, this administration is the partner that they want to be in business with, not Beijing.
Right. But the real question is, why would China fund protests in America? This is actually really simple. And this is something that CNN and all their brilliant military and political analysts have all missed. Trump is not doing these strategic strikes and ops in a vacuum. Our #1 global competitor and the biggest risk to our superiority, both economically and a bit militarily, China. And since China's doing everything they can to hurt us on trade and currency manipulation and a number of other things, Trump said, okay, I can play that game too, and I'm better at it. You guys, being China, import 70% of the oil to your economy that it requires to function. So, Xi Jinping, hold my beer. China gets, or actually got, 3 to 5% of its oil from Venezuela. It's not a lot, but it's enough of an interest to have China place anti-aircraft radars and surface-to-air missiles in Venezuela to protect those interests that, by the way, we took out in like a nanosecond. So when we kidnapped Maduro, China funded protest here to try to dissuade any further intervention because of political pressure in Venezuela, because they thought they could just install a
media. They all play the media game, man. We not playing the fucking media game. Everybody spend money on media to get they shit done, but us. Like, Nick, we not putting bread together, man. We gotta, it has to happen. Everybody do it. Whole countries, whole groups. You see, oh man, this shit is crazy. It's like, it's the only way to have any kind of serious impact, man. You gotta be able to, and it's like everybody laugh, talk shit to Kanye, but motherfucker, it's true, man. You gotta be able to fucking flip a switch. You gotta be able to get your message out there and it hit 100,000 motherfuckers, 200,000 motherfuckers, 300,000 motherfuckers. China like, hey, spend a couple billion over there, Facebook, get these motherfuckers to vote Democrat. They got a lot of y'all. Shit's crazy.
Another China-friendly head of state and keep the oil spigot running. Trump shut that down with a naval blockade and letting any potential would-be leader know that we'll snatch you in the middle of the night too. And then started directing that oil towards us.
We're going to have our very large United States oil companies, the biggest anywhere in the world, go in, spend billions of dollars, fix the badly broken infrastructure, the oil infrastructure. and start making money for the country.
Fast forward a month, came the Iran strikes this weekend. And again, within 24 hours, mass protests here in America with the same signs from the same group, but this time supporting Iran. And would you look at that? China's heavy reliance on Iranian oil, that is why China is funding this round of protests. Because in that last month, Trump has taken away over 20% of their oil supply. By the way, that is paid for in the yen, not dollars under the BRICS currency umbrella. 90% of the oil leaving Iran was going to China. Yes, of course, Iran was a state sponsor of terror and has killed thousands of Americans and was building a nuclear weapon. And that
power move. Power move. That was a power move. That was a power move. Now, they fucking with the wrong motherfucker though. I don't think this gonna turn out. I don't think this gonna turn out. They playing with P. You don't do that kind of shit. That's intense. I don't know how this gonna turn out, man. Cause that's a power move. You can't put down no power play and not expect the motherfucker. I mean, they might bow out, but I can't see that. That's nuts. Hoo-wee. This shit about to get interesting. This shit about to get real interesting. That's all I can say. That's a power move. That's a power move. It's a power move. That is 20% of a motherfucker away. That's a lot. That's telling me you want to fight. That's a come fight me move, motherfucker. I took that. What? I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like that at all. I don't like it. That's intense.
That was the primary reason to do what he did. However, this was a pretty close second that no one is talking about. And a few libs picked up on this, like screaming, it's all about the oil. Of course it's about the oil. So what? Trump's the first guy to actually not deny that, by the way. Iran has what is believed to be 20 trillion in oil reserves, another 10 trillion in gold, lithium, copper, and a bunch of other things that were all being traded in the yen, not the dollar. These are all factors that go into the global policy, folks. Just so stay with me here. Henry Kissinger knew this, which is why China was challenging the deal he made with the Saudis decades ago that, quote, all oil would be sold in U.S. dollars, the petrodollar. And if America lost that deal, if China came in with the yen and started trading all the oil on the yen, America could actually lose our ability to print money, which would implode our economy with the debt we have. Trump just stopped that dead in its tracks, and no one's giving him credit for it. No one's talking about it. No one's covering it.
Ain't nobody gonna talk about it. Ain't nobody gonna give him no god doggone credit for nothing.
Hey everybody, Peach here, and today we're gonna take a look at this.
Man. The best thing could happen, it ain't. Still nothing. Come on now.
All these things are related. Trump's push to take back the Panama Canal from China, people laughed at him. They thought it was a joke. But what it did was, it actually forced a huge swath of China's trade to spend an extra $30 million per boat to go around South America. Greenland, massive national resources. People thought it was like some pet project. It makes us not reliant on China for rare earth metals, who we know, by the way, China has been securing massive mineral rights all around the world, including moving into Afghanistan right after we left it for lithium mining with their Belt and Road Initiative. It appears Trump is like the only one trying to keep China contained here, too. And everyone else is just absolutely asleep at the wheel. In fact, they're buying the stuff from China in mass rather than from us. You probably noticed that the stock market's going a little bit crazy today. First off, calm down. It'll come right back. It'll be fine. It's one day. Mostly, though, because the Strait of Hormuz being shut down. And everyone jumped, it was like, how the heck did Iran shut down the Strait? Oh, Trump did, blah, 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 blah. They started freaking out. Iran didn't do anything. You know who did? And this is going to blow your mind.
This is not the age of Churchill. I will say the UK has been very, very uncooperative with that stupid island that they have, that they gave away.
They gave away.
And took a 100-year lease.
The UK. I know you're thinking like, the UK, what the?
Man, this motherfucker crazy. He said with this stupid little island that they have. Man, oh yeah, man. I fuck with my guy, man. This OK Rick. That's how you say that. Solid. Hardest intro, man, in the YouTube space right now. Sheesh. We gonna watch some more of the video.
The hell do they have to do with the Strait of Hormuz? There's a little group called the Mutual Protection and Indemnity Club. That's the IGP&I. It's basically the insurance conglomerate that covers international shipping in that region, in the Middle East region. And no vessel is going to dare to get underway without insurance. Huge amounts of cargo. So it consists of 12 companies in total, all up and down the eastern side of the Atlantic Ocean mostly, 6 of which are based out of the UK. And yes, the same UK that told America that we couldn't use their air bases to stage our assets for the bombing campaign in Iran. Picking up what I'm putting down? This is the same UK that is also heavily reliant on China because they got rid of all their own energy. They need to import stuff now. So my question is, was Keir Starmer pressured by China? Wouldn't be the first time. Were those insurance companies also pressured by China? Also wouldn't be the first time. Because I'm thinking, did China come in and say, hey, look, if we can't have the oil, no one can. Let's figure out a way to shut it down. And did you know that all of those companies, those insurance companies, have huge offices in China? This is all the foreign policy stuff that Trump is dealing with right now. More than half of some of those companies, those insurance companies' revenue relies, not needs, but relies on the ability to operate in China. So they sided with China. And Trump came out and kneecapped everybody and said, you know what?
Go check him out, man. OK Rick on YouTube. Great clips. He is a conservative, I believe, but he's not. He don't go and do the fucking most, man. He just got a solid perspective, and I like him. I fuck with him. He you know, thumb up the video, man. Dude do good. He got good content. I fuck with OK Rick. Let me see. OK Rick, he already up damn near 500,000 subscribers. If you ain't fucking with him already, you should go check him out, man. He's solid. That's enough on the politics side for me. I need to go. I wanted to dive off into. Let's see, it was Paul Barron. So. $50 billion war stimulus. Congress sending emergency cash for war. That ain't the one I saw. Okay, this is what I wanted to see.
So if you want to trade profitably,
this the one.
Oh, a scorched earth on the banks. Today we'll break it down. Why the pivot?
This is my guy. This is my guy Paul Barron. This is my go-to. It's my go-to guy for crypto news and shit. He been damn, he done broke 2.3. Man, that motherfucker going crazy. I was watching dude, he had like 50,000 subscribers. He up to 2.3 million now. He's solid. He get the best interviews. Like I'm talking Like his interviews be with the heads of the developers and the CEOs of the companies and shit. He always got awesome market analyzers would be the right way to say that. Everything he do solid. Everybody he fuck with pretty much, they certified on a certain level, man. He do great research and he just give you awesome background, man. I fuck with him. Paul Barron's my dude. Fuck with him. Really, he awesome clips, but he all around. That's my guy. So we're gonna see what he got going on. What he say? Let me see. I gotta get out the way of that. Trump finally backs stable coins. I think he already. We gonna see. Let's see. I thought he said yields though. Is what the other thing I thought I saw. We gonna figure it out.
All of this is going to happen, and we'll get into it. Always makes room for profit. So you guys, of course, can check it out just by using our link down below. Get 10% bonus on your first-time deposit. Trade over there and get some benefits over there as well, including discount on your trading fees and a whole slew of other benefits stacked right there just by using our links. Of course, all about Jamie Dimon's statement, you will pay. And I think this started to get Trump a little bit irked. So what comes next? Well, this is what came next. The Genius Act is being threatened and undermined by the banks. That's unacceptable. We're not going to allow it. The U.S. needs to get market structure done ASAP. Americans should earn more money on their money. The banks are hitting record profits. We are not going to allow them to undermine our powerful crypto agenda. That will end up going to China and, of course, other countries if we don't get the Clarity Act taken care of. The Genius Act was the USA's first big step to make the United States the crypto capital of the world, and getting the Clarity Act done is the next step to finish the job and, most importantly, keep this big, powerful industry in our country. The bank should not be trying to undercut the Genius Act or hold the Clarity Act hostage. They need to make a good deal with the crypto industry because that's what's in the best interest of the American people. This industry cannot be taken from the people of America when it is so close to becoming truly successful. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Following that, we saw everyone coming in hot. Garlinghouse comes in, an extremely pointed message from POTUS to those who are dragging their feet on Clarity, pointed right at the banks. Sachs comes in, retweets rapid response. This, of course, is the crypto czar. Then you have Eric Trump. They are the greatest hypocrites and are in mass panic, given they know they are losing the digital finance race. Further into that, you have Patrick Witt, which did something very unique. He said the word deceit. Deceit. The deceit here is that it is not the paying of yield on a balance per se that necessitates bank-like regulations, but rather the lending out or rehypothecation of the dollars. Basically, we're talking about fractional reserve banking versus what we're dealing with stablecoin reserves. The way he's framed this, the negotiations are over. You can't use that term, calling someone basically they are lying. You can't use that term if this deal is not already done. And if it's not done, it puts an unbelievable amount of pressure on the banks to get this thing through. The ABA, I don't know how they are going to spin from this. But
we got to talk about that. I didn't even see that. That's crazy shit. That's wild. Did y'all hear what the president of the United States of America said? Damn. That's some monumental shit. People don't even understand how big that is, for one. Trump ain't bullshit, man. He's serious about every motherfucking thing he do. So when he put that message out there, he letting the motherfuckers get this shit done. Don't force my hand. Y'all don't get it done, I'm gonna get it done. That's what that message meant. That's intense. I like that. That's huge, man. That is really, really, really fucking huge. Man, okay, we just gonna keep going. Let me see what the rest of the video about.
But this was a big drop in the market for sure. Meta Lawman came out and, of course, hits on Jamie Dimon's claim that stablecoin issuers don't have to comply with KYC AML. That's obviously false. Dimon has never been really pushed to the max like this. Now, the industry, I think he kind of ran into a buzzsaw with the crypto industry. But more importantly, I think he ran into a buzzsaw with where the administration truly is going to go. And this has kind of put a lot of pressure on him. In this right here, you had Mike Belshey also jumping in on that. Let me zoom in on that one. We did become a bank, and we all have the same requirements that Dimon lists. In addition to that, we have better liquidity than any bank, even better than JPM, because we hold 100% in reserve. Remember, if you're buying a stable coin,
I need to do a whole new segment on this because this shit people not even fucking nerd wars, man. These best buddy, but woo wee, big money on Twitter talking shit. Fuck you, no fuck you, fuck you, no fuck you. You gotta like it, man. Oh, you gotta like it. It's just, we gotta do it. We gotta do it. Oh, man.
it's getting a 1-to-1 U.S. Treasury. It's just that simple. If you go in and deposit $1 in a bank, it is fractional reserve banking. Simply means they can take that dollar and lend it out 9 times. That's the difference that you see, and I think this will continue to put a lot of pressure on the banks. But the real question is there going to be a flight of capital? Well, we're going to answer that in a second. But this right here was a bit surprising. The Clarity Act getting signed came up to 76, and right there, it was almost 80% right there. I think this is wrong. I think we are going to see this much higher in the coming days, so get ready. I think you may see a plus 80 coming in very soon over on Polymarket. All right, so let's go back to the statement real quick. I'm going to bring this up. And if you'll notice here, there's something very odd that's missing here. The missing component is Biden's name. It wasn't even used, nor were the Democrats even used. He's going after, or his team is going after, a bipartisan approach because they now have to go head to head with one of the strongest, if not the strongest, lobbies out there in the ABA.
If you're a prudent long-term investor in common stocks, then you...
Example right here, the Milken Institute Future Finance event. Some execs were betting that President Trump wouldn't pick a side. But not going to happen. Well, they obviously spoke too soon there. Eleanor hits on this. A group from Coinbase, including CEO Brian Armstrong, visited the White House today. If this did occur, that is a pretty big statement as well. I think it was probably more in line with just validating the position of where the industry is right now. The president, he's going in and actually backing going forward. Here, of course, was new news around DeFi. This is Amanda Tuminelli with the DeFi Education Fund. She's talking about the court case that was won by Uniswap. This, of course, clears the way for DeFi to not be held liable when bad actors do bad things with software and code. So that is a big deal because it does clear up the DeFi position and could be even an opportunity where DeFi could be protected outside the Clarity Act. So good stuff there going forward. And a lot of good news here. Hayden Adams even tweeted on this. If you write open source smart contract code is used by scammers. The scammers are liable, not the open source devs. And he's talking about the win that the federal court gave them.
That's my guy. That's my guy, Paul Barron. I ain't gonna give y'all gotta watch the whole episode yourselves, but that's massive right there. That was huge. The banks, man, I hope they lose that. If you're not, in the know of that, it kind of that whole tweet from the president kind of put that in a nutshell for you, man. The banks don't want to let other companies that aren't banks pay yields on stable coins. So like it's kind of self-explanatory. That's what we're doing, man. Crypto, man. If you over here, man, you smash that button. That's how we keeping it. It's your boy, Pro Black Politics. Couch Community Network. Coming, what did we say? Smash that button, man. Subscribe to the channel. That's what we gotta do over here, man. That's what it's all about, man. It's the aim right here is what we gotta get. That's what I wanna do. Cause I hear a lot of, it's a lot of dissension, but for the most part, man, we need the certain group of us, man. We don't need that many. We don't need that many. But we gotta push the message that's necessary for us. You know what I mean? We can only do that with the bread, though. So come on in, man. Put your money together. That's what we're into. We're gonna get out of here on this one, man. Been live long enough. Y'all go ahead and smash that button for your boy. We're gonna keep it how we keep it, man. Be out of here.